This is Theo Katzman, and you're in the can with Race Taylor.
In the can. Race Taylor.
So welcome to one of our early episodes of In the Can, a brand new web series. It is such a pleasure to have Theo Katzman in the studio. How are you?
I'm great, man. Thanks so much for having me. It's exciting to be here.
I followed you on Twitter, and I saw that you'd had a shout-out to Long Island homies. I was under the impression that maybe you were from Detroit or Ann Arbor, but I would be wrong.
I guess technically you're wrong. I was born in Manhattan, moved out to Long Island when I was 8 years old, went to high school there, went to college at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor.
Got it.
But I just became a part of that place. I was in a band that was touring around the Midwest for a few years. And that just, I really got to a point where I felt like I was from Michigan, and people just are like, man, you're from Michigan. I'm not.
You don't really full-on have the nasally part of the accent.
Yeah, I know.
Dad.
Yeah.
And I need my bike. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
man.
also spent some time in Ann Arbor, so let's go there just for a couple minutes.
Sure.
Because it's been a while since I've spent any quality time there. Is the Blind Pig still around?
Yeah, the Blind Pig is up and running.
You played there?
Oh yeah, man. There was a point when I could have had a cot upstairs.
Right, standing gig.
Yeah,
and your own drink on the menu.
Totally.
What about a place I remember called the Ark?
Also, probably my favorite place in Ann Arbor to play, a really great listening room.
Rick's American Cafe?
Rick's is there.
Still there?
But it's actually more of like a sports bar college scene now.
All right, because there used to be bands there every Friday and Saturday night, and I don't remember a lot that happened after 11:30. Honestly.
Sounds about right.
Okay. I remember buying some of my first music at School Kids Records. Is it really?
Absolutely, man.
God bless America. There's some beautiful things happening in the Midwest.
Totally.
So you played all these places. The only other thing I would really have to ask is, were you ever part of the Hash Bash on the Diag?
As in, I have attended it, yes.
Okay.
There was one year where it fell on my birthday.
Right.
April 2nd.
So you've got a guitar, you're under an oak tree, everyone else has got a little contact high going, and you're playing something.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story.
Very cool.
Have you lived in Brooklyn? Is that where the genesis of the song comes from?
Well, so the genesis. I'm glad you asked that. I live in Brooklyn right now. I've only been there for 3 months. But I actually, just from being on tour with this band that I was playing with called My Dear Disco in the Midwest, we'd play New York every few months, and I had friends here, and I just spent a lot of time here over the time that I was living in Michigan, and I felt like, man, I'm sort of from this place, but it also at the same time feels brand new. It was there's something because I'm actually from Long Island, so being coming back to Brooklyn after having been away and never having been an adult in New York,
different ballgame.
I was like, man, you make Detroit feel so far away. And I've
it's
only
a great
known
line.
you a day. I haven't even known you a day.
Right? We're going to get to the song in just a minute. We have a couple other questions, including some that we asked Adele when she was up here, because when the album first came out, she posted a video of Someone Like You. And the first thing we had to ask is that really your place? So we've seen a video of you
totally.
all doing all the parts for the Brooklyn song. Is that really your place?
That was my place in Ann Arbor. Actually, I should correct and say that place belongs to the co-producer of my album, Devin Kerr, who's an amazing studio genius, and that's his house in Ann Arbor that he converted into a professional studio.
Got it.
I lived in that room for the year that I made my album, and ripped everything out of it, and moved the bed when I had to put the drums up, got all the mics in there.
That was our other question. Do you own any furniture?
I had to move it all out of the room for the shot.
Okay, got it. And how close was that to other people? Because there's a full-on band playing.
Right.
Were there neighbors knocking on a wall saying, "Turn that down, you crazy kid"?
Well, Devin has actually insulated the house incredibly well, and there are neighbors on all sides, and yet never any noise complaints. So we try not to play after 10 p.m. though. So
very cool. If you are just logged on, Theo Katzman is our guest. This is our web series called In the Can. My name is Race Taylor. Some basic questions everybody gets when they come in here.
Yeah.
Day job. Do you currently have one, or is it music full time?
You could call it that, or you could call draining your savings full time.
Excellent.
But I like to call it professional musician.
Perfect. First album purchased?
Oh, that I ever purchased?
Yeah.
Offspring Smash.
Wow. All right.
Great album. Followed by Green Day Dookie, which my parents took away when I started singing along to the words in the car. They were like, "What?
Would these be two artists you would say are your biggest musical influence, or is it someone
Probably
else?
not, but certainly in there somewhere.
Okay.
So who are my biggest musical influences?
Absolutely.
In contemporary music, I would say Feist, Jamie Liddell, Ray LaMontagne, and John Mayer, probably.
Places you've played around town. Where could we find you on a given Thursday night?
If it's once a month, probably Rockwood Music Hall.
Nice.
I've been doing about one show a month there. Although I did Mercury Lounge recently. I'm going to be at Rockwood on February 24th. This coming month. So,
nice. There's the gratuitous free plug.
There we go. You didn't even have to ask. I gave it right to you.
And it was right here. Look, it's down on the page. There it was, the very last thing. Gratuitous free plug.
Awesome. Oh yeah, the Mercury Lounge show. Actually did with Devin and Shoot the Freak and Charlene Kay. That was sold out on a Saturday afternoon. It was
from what I've heard, insanity.
Yeah, it was. That was one of the best shows of my life. I couldn't believe it.
All right, looking ahead very quickly, is there a 5-year plan?
Actually, there is exactly a 5-year plan. I told myself that if this isn't rocking by the time I'm 30, I'm going to do something else. So it's 5 years long.
What is rocking in your mind?
Okay.
Is it on the road with 2 or 3 other artists doing small clubs?
Yeah, I'd love to. I think the next thing for me is probably one good touring opening spot for an artist who's got some momentum. Other than that, it's just going to be it's funny, like you put out an album and then you realize what you need to do to put out an album.
Right.
So the next album, I think I'm going to know a lot more about like who to get it to and I just started my Twitter thing, so there's a little bit of building I need to do just from a personal standpoint. But I guess the 5-year plan looks like get it to a point where I'm sustainably writing music, producing music, getting in the studio and getting on the road. That would be my ideal. And
according to the video that I saw, you can play everything,
Thank you. Yeah, drums, bass, and guitar are my main things. Keys are coming along.
Right. Are there 3 or 4 songs that no one's heard yet? Are you already into your next project? Or are you just
I've got
touring with
like
what you have going on.
Well, I've been mostly playing what's on the record now. Just because it's nice to have an album and have a unified statement and have people come to a show and already know the music, so you can play those songs again and sort of reinforce what you're doing. But I do have about 15 or 20 songs in the works right now that are always got that much usually. Where
in your library does Country Backroads come up?
In terms of like stylistically? How does that fit?
Is that old? Is that new?
That's actually an older song. I wrote that song a few years ago, and it just it was just so compelling to me that it just stuck there. And it's also very different from the other stuff on the record.
Very. But are Country Backroads someplace where you grew up in Long Island? Is it someplace in the outskirts of Michigan, or
Northern
is it
Michigan,
9 Mile into Quinder?
Exactly. Okay. I know you know this. County Road 66.
Get out.
Yeah, like Leelanau.
Yeah.
That's where that is.
That is very rural.
I lost my cell phone.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we do the annoying hand thing?
Oh, yeah.
Right around here somewhere, right? Where there's wine and a giant lake of fresh water and no sharks.
I spent a lot of time up there. I was really lucky to play a lot of music up there and have some really good friends.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. If you would be kind enough just to turn around and put that nylon string stolen guitar on.
Oh, yeah.
We'd love to have you Romance sing. Without Finance, which is available now on iTunes. Here's our new friend Theo Katzman in the can.
That's right. Packed a book bag, socks and sneakers and dress shoes just in case. Skybound from my hometown to the North Shore on a Sunday, yeah. Give a kiss to my lady friend, she's a sweet talk and a sweet taste. Give thanks for my family, thanks to my friends, I'm getting slip-faced. Oh well, this Long Island, it's a desolate place. A far cry from my first love, Michigan, sweet talk and my sweet taste. Long way from the long lost dreams left broken on a California freeway. There's Brooklyn, oh Brooklyn. You make Detroit feel so far away, and and I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True like New York, but you lie like LA. And I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. I hopped the southbound train from Blicker to the Park Slope real estate. I looked around for a sit-down brunch with all-you-can-eat pound cake. I found a few, maybe 6 or 7, free coffee and free champagne. I haven't seen such a free time limit since my 16th birthday. Yeah, oh well, this Long Island, it's a desolate place. A far cry from my first love, Michigan, sweet talk and my sweet taste. A long way from the long lost dreams left broken on a California freeway. This Brooklyn, oh Brooklyn, you make Detroit feel so far away. And I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True like New York, but you lie like LA. And I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. Yeah, you make Detroit feel so far away. And I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. Yeah, yeah. True like New York, but you lie like LA. And I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. Known you a day. I've only known you a day. Known you a day. I've only known you a day. Known you a day. Known you a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that is hot. That is hot.
Oh, thank you guys.
A little bit of the BK by way of the Motor City, A2, and now here in the heart of New York City. That is Theo Katzman in Brooklyn from the album Romance Without Finance. Thanks for joining us in the can.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll close as we do all times. Please wash your hands.